What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Men of Zen, an animation research podcast. My name is Brent.
I'm Phil.
And today we got so much stuff that we are A, excited for, B, ready to tell you and just educate on this wonderful thing.
So ready.
But first and foremost, before we talk about the episode we're talking about today, we got to shout out our new network, our partner in crime, The Barn.
Whoa.
Holy shit, this is
The Barn.
I'm so excited to be working with these guys. This is a huge opportunity for us. First and foremost, I want to thank anybody and everybody who listens to this show, because not that our show's necessarily blowing up and we're not going viral yet, keyword, but because of your support, and we've gotten at least the views that The Barn was like, hey, you know what, we like what you're doing, we think we can pump you up and you'd be a good addition to our network. So here we are, baby. We're with The Barn now, and The Barn is rad, dude. Chad,
the party up in the barn right now.
Chad's fucking dope.
Oh yeah, Chad, the owner, CEO, and everyday badass of the barn.
Dude, and I didn't know it was possible. He's more of like a metal nerd than I am.
No, impossible.
It's no. It's nuts. Like, I even try to talk to him about a band that like is lesser known. He's like, oh yeah, I know those guys. I'm like, Jesus,
like, shit,
fuck. Like, Summoning the Lich, I was like, dude, have you heard these guys? He's like, oh yeah, they're local to here. I'm like, shut up, that's not fair. But dude, so check out all of the other podcasts on The Barn. There are some quality pods on there. The biggest two shout outs that I have, because they're the only like big ones that I have checked out personally: Vulgar Display of Podcast. If you like metal, deathcore, hardcore, any of that shit, all the guys that are on that pod are hilarious. It's a great show. They have some amazing interviews, like with stuff from like Chelsea Grin, Body Snatcher. I think they did some stuff with Currents. Like, dude, they have some big guys on there. I think Dino pretty sure that's his name, from Fear Factory.
Oh shit,
dude, super cool. And then also check out Birds and Swords.
Birds and Swords, baby.
Dude, I love that podcast.
Yeah, dude.
They're fucking rad.
And I want to take a moment to shout out Alyssa for helping me get the hookup to talk to The Barn and show them our stuff. And luckily, they loved us. They wanted us to join. Alyssa, we go way back in the anime convention scene. You're fantastic. Her and Mika, I really hope I don't butcher your name, man. I haven't
sorry, I've only read it.
Yeah, I've only read the name. But those guys at Birds and Swords are great, and we are in talks of doing a collab with them in the future. Just got to figure out the right opportunity, the right theme for the episode.
Yeah, they tend to handle more video games and like video game related pop culture stuff. So if you are a big ass like game nerd like we are also, which is why I love that podcast, go check out Birds and Swords.
Oh yeah, we're actually talking about possibly doing a anime video game podcast, just talking about just the different anime games in general.
The JRPGs.
The games based off anime like Seven Deadly Sins, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball.
Tales of Destiny, Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Legendia,
Persona 1, Persona 2,
Oh my god, dude, there's so fucking many. And the Persona series would be amazing.
Ooh,
dude, that would be super interesting to talk about.
I could talk for hours about Persona. Don't tempt me.
No, I mean, not even just like the lore, but like the creative process behind that, the religious like aspects, and the fucking just the similarities of all the different religious shit that goes into that, like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, and the Devil Summoner, or Digital Devil Saga.
Digital Devil Saga, Devil Survivor.
So many good Shin Megami Tensei games, and they're just, oh man, I think Nocturne has always been my favorite, but god is it hard. Holy shit, that game kicks my ass. And I can think at the specific spot every fucking time there's like these stupid ass bikers on a bridge, and it's like a ghost biker thing, and it just, oh fuck that boss.
You haven't even got that far.
Me off. Oh shit. Well, anyway, we could talk about this shit forever. So rather than do that, let's get on to what we are talking about today, and that is Hitmonkey.
Oh, before we stop into Hitmonkey, I do want to let everyone know we are updating the podcast schedule. Yep, we are no longer uploading every Wednesday. We are now uploading every Thursday, every other Thursday. So just one day off, but that is giving us a little bit more time to edit and, make sure our podcast gets the love and attention that it so rightly deserves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The
other thing too, and this is actually pretty big for those of you that do listen to our podcast on any of the streaming sites specifically, we are moving our channel. So the Spotify that you know and love with all of our stuff will end up being archive episodes, and you'll be able to find those on our YouTube channel still. However, we are moving all of our future episodes to the Barn Network specifically. So rather than go to Spotify, I mean, you could still just look up The Men of Zen and still be able to find us, but you will find us under the umbrella that is The Barn. So if you search The Barn on Spotify, we will be in their playlist along with all of their other shows. But you can filter like just our shows or just Vulgar Display or just Birds and Swords, or I think there's also Girl Dad. I can't think of what other pods are on there. I know there's quite a few.
A lot of them. We have
a ton. It's like 20, 25 different podcasts on there.
So much variety, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and this is so exciting. So again, thank you guys for listening. We're going to be every other Thursday, like Phil said, from here on out. So without further ado, let's talk about this assassin of a fucking monkey, Hitmonkey.
Hitmonkey.
Dude, now before Aiden left, this was his last suggestion.
Oh no, it's finally done.
And
his last connection, his last impact on the show.
Okay, now this show hit me in the fucking nuts. It not even 20 seconds into the show, there's so much violence that the lights in my brain went, "Ooh, this makes me happy," and I'm like, "Oh my God, is this gory?" And I love it. And it's such a wild ride. It is wacky beyond belief about a monkey who is, for all intents and purposes, an assassin. But it's how he becomes this assassin that's is interesting. So, Hitmonkey, what did you think of this show?
All right, so real talk.
Phil's hot take.
Real talk. I think the show is really cool. It gives me like an Archer vibe.
Yes.
And I love Archer.
Yes.
I think all the characters are pretty well memorable, like their personality wise. I don't remember most of their names though. Like I only really can remember the names of like 2, maybe 3 characters.
Yeah, Bryce and the monkey.
Yes. We don't even know Bryce's name until like much later in the show.
Oh yeah.
But the other main characters, I really don't know their names all that well. But overall though, it was a really good show, but I don't think I liked it as much as you.
Really?
I think that it had some pretty cool action, really interesting stories, cool characters, but the comedy wasn't there for me, and I feel like there was a whole lot of just talking and rambling going on. And I don't know, it felt weird because it feels like Archer, like I said, but I just feel like Archer did that thing better. Yeah. But like this has more gore, which is really cool.
Yeah, this was definitely more focused on like if Archer actually showed violence rather than was more about the comedy aspect. It's like this is the alternate side to that.
Right. And I'll admit though, it got better the more I watched it. I want to say like the first episode I was pretty much like, this is gonna be weird. Second episode I was like, it's a little bit better, but like I still felt like I was forcing myself to watch it. But about like I think episode 3 or 4 is where I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. This is pretty solid. I kept watching it. And the ending, though, the last 3 episodes in particular, I thought were really good.
Yes.
But I was confused at one part that I thought, like, the whole, like, they reveal, like, one of the big bads of the show who's been working behind the scenes. I thought, because the characters looked very similar to each other, I thought that they were the same character. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, oh, wait, they're not the same character. Okay. Not as cool, but still pretty, like, I'll admit, though, even the big reveal at the end caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming. So it was a solid show. I definitely recommend if you're a fan of Marvel, violence, Archer, that stuff. And this is probably one of the more violent pieces of Marvel's catalog.
Yeah. I was incredibly surprised when like they said Marvel as an animated thing. I was like, wait a minute, Marvel actually does like this level of violence?
Right.
Like, I didn't know, like in comic books, yes, but in an animated series, I was like, whoa, I didn't know they'd be okay with this.
Yeah,
like,
think about it. This show's not even on Disney Plus.
yeah.
It's only on, but it's on Hulu, which
Yeah,
is
it's on
also
Hulu,
owned,
which is a Disney affiliate, sort
right?
of
But
thing.
they couldn't put this on Disney Plus because of the violence.
Yep.
With violence.
With violence, Travis.
Go check out our Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Shameless plug.
Hitmonkey started as a comic book, which was created by writer Daniel Way and artist, I'm hoping I'm saying this right, Dalibor Talajic. Hitmonkey first appeared in Hitmonkey #1 back in April of 2010, a digital comic on Marvel Digital Comics Unlimited. The one-shot was released in print format 1 week later, and starting in the same month, he was featured in a 3-issue story arc in Deadpool number 19 and 21. He's in, actually, Hitmonkey like has a lot of Deadpool appearances, is where like a lot of his stuff comes in. So it's
I
really
can see
neat.
it.
The cover artist, Dave Johnson, also accidentally confirmed that Hitmonkey would be featured in its own 3-issue limited series, a fact later confirmed by Daniel Way at the 2010 Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo. Hitmonkey is inspired by Agent 47 from the Hitman games. I mean, I 100% see this. It's... This show, you have to approach this show with an open mind. Like, don't get me wrong, it's weird. It's weird as fuck. But, dude, just have fun with this show. Go watch it. The animated series, Hitmonkey, streams on Hulu and was written and executive produced by Will Speck and Josh Gordon. Big respect for these guys working with Marvel. You know, I've been trying to up our game. I sent them an email and they never responded.
At least we tried.
But they're busy.
You shot our shot.
They're busy. They're big guys. You know, they just released a new movie. It's like Lyle Crocodile. It's like a 3D animated thing.
Oh, yeah.
Their library of stuff is all over the fucking place. There is no consistency with what they do. Like, they do a kids movie, live action, like love drama, weird mystery thriller, for some reason animated assassin movie, and like or a series, and like they don't do any one thing.
They cast a wide net because that's the only way you're going to get a really big audience.
Yeah. So it was originally conceived as part of a shared universe that would have led up to a special titled The Offenders before it was decided it would be a standalone series. Jordan Blum, co-creator of the animated series MODOK, revealed that the series will have a different animation style than his. The series aired on November 17th, 2021, with Jason Sudeikis as the voice of Bryce, Hitmonkey's deceased mentor, and Hitmonkey himself has his vocal effects provided by Fred, I super... Tadasior. Sorry, Fred. I'm just going to call you Fred. But
can we call you Fred?
Yeah, can we call you Fred? So, again, this is weird. We'll get into the plot before, too long here. Tell us something about the cast.
This cast is actually pretty big.
Right? And Jason Sudeikis alone, I was like, what?
So Olivia Munn was in this? George Takei was in this?
Yep.
Holy crap, that all makes sense now.
Yeah. Was it Ali Maki as Haruka, a good, honest cop who wants to fight the injustice in Tokyo. She's, how to put, like, so Monkey and Bryce are main two duotagonists. Haruka plays a pretty big role as a cop during this whole thing. She's pretty relevant throughout most of the story. Olivia Munn as Akiko Yokohama, the smart and ambitious niece of Shinji. And Shinji is...
Voiced by George Takei.
Voiced by George Takei.
A kind politician with a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah, and he's like the one of the center focuses of the plot. He's not necessarily in it a ton.
Yep.
But he's one of the central cores. Fred obviously is as Hitmonkey, who is a Japanese macaque. Jason Sudeikis as Bryce Fowler, who is Hitmonkey's mentor, who dies and then comes back to aid him as a ghost.
Yep, and he's spiritually linked to Hitmonkey.
Yeah.
And it's weird because if Hitmonkey goes too far, he'll automatically be pulled into his general area.
It's so funny. Yeah, he can't like free float around. So like it's in like the monkey can understand him while he's like dead.
Oh yeah, and Bryce can also hear him and understand him, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's super weird, but that leads to some cool scenarios where like the monkey is in like the middle of a fight with a guy, and the monkey has like a sword or a gun, and he's either like trapped or in a cage or almost about to be killed, and Bryce is just over at a computer like, oh, look at this information, look, we got some good stuff going on, while the monkey's like almost fucking dying. But I mean, there's nothing that Bryce can do. But at the same time, all he can do is he'll like give him advice. Like Bryce is a professional assassin.
And he was considered like one of the world's greatest assassins when he was alive.
Also at the same time, one of the world's laziest. Like,
yeah, it's really weird. Like his whole persona, like in the very beginning episode, it shows like he's very like great with technology. He's high tech. Like he was able to outsmart some of the defenses they put up in front of his target, and that was super cool. Yeah, and then like the rest of the show, he's like kind of useless.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like he really doesn't do a whole lot besides just telling him about all this knowledge that he has. Like this is how things are. This is what you got to do.
Well, I mean, he's pretty limited in what he can do. I mean, he can't physically touch anything. No spoilers. I mean, so really he can only talk to this monkey, and the monkey has a very limited knowledge of what he's actually talking about.
Right.
So he's trying to educate this monkey on how the world works in human society, at the same time while like training him to not die. Right. I guess. But Bryce, like, so in episode 1, he's hired by he's hired by like a military group to kill somebody who is a politician. So like they're in the middle of this election between these two guys, Shinji, and I don't remember if I got the other guy. Yeah, I don't know if I got the other guy, but there's two main politicians, and he's supposed to take out Shinji. And the way he does this, he's so funny. The way he does this is like he has that like whistly like do like just another day, like he's having a jolly good time. He buys all this super high tech equipment that's like a bunch of rifles that are on like automated robotic mounts that will auto target whatever, and he has a bunch of them set up in a line, like in a spot in like a building, I mean basically like any assassin would really do, but these things are all like linked to one like button, and he's practically in a lazy boy, just leaning back, and he's like beep 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 beep, like presses the button, it's go time, and he's like and like goes to and he's like packs up and like walks away, just another day at the job.
If I remember correctly, he shoots the weak spot of each barrier, knocking the barrier down with the first couple of shots, and then fires a second round from these other guns that are set up to hit his target.
Yep.
So like that was like, oh, okay, he's actually like very skilled and talented. And then, but like I said earlier, throughout the rest of the show, yeah, he's a ghost. I can understand that. But like even other assassins that are in the show say like, oh yeah, he's kind of an asshole. He's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
like he wasn't
like
even
really
that good of an assassin.
Known.
Yeah, like he's well known, but like everyone shits on him. But apparently like he was really good and talented in the first episode or two because he gets away from bad guys. He's able to, save his ass a lot of times, but then like I don't know, it's weird. Like I get two different vibes from him. Like he's really talented, or he's really bad at his job.
Kind of like Deadpool, how there's that one singular bar that like all bad dudes like congregate to. There's an establishment. It's the tailor, right? The suit maker. He has a bunch of pictures of all these like people that he's helped that are famous, and I think they're all assassins.
Yes, they're all supposed to be assassins.
Yeah, so like he just has like his picture on the wall of like the wall of assassins. I don't know. I thought it was kind of goofy that like this fucking suit tailored dude he was really nice. Oh man, this show is a wild ride. Phil, tell us about the plot. We'll end up re-summarizing a little bit of this, but we'll clear some things up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the plot of Hitmonkey starts with an unnamed assassin blows up a squad of enemy soldiers as part of a failed political coup. Marked for death after 4 days of fleeing for his life, he passes out in the snow and is rescued by a troop of Japanese macaques. Macaques.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Macaque? Maybe it's macaques. Macaque.
With the exception of one monkey, the troop accepts the assassin into their clan. The man knows that he's still hunted, so he trains daily using snowmen as training dummies. Quietly, the monkey that distrusts him watches and learns the assassin's skills, which is super cool. He lives basically in the middle of nowhere in the snowy land, but it had a hot tub where the monkeys hang out.
Yeah, dude, it was just this hot springs area, and there's some cool shit that happens between like rival monkey gangs that fight over this like hot springs. It's really good.
The assassin's health fails, and while the troop tries to save him, the lone monkey objects, eventually fighting the rest of the troop with his newfound skills. Because of the violence he displays, the monkey is banished from the clan. Now on his own, the monkey sees a group of men on their way to kill the assassin. He tries to run back to warn his tribe, but it is too late. The men killed the assassin as well as the rest of his monkey brethren. Furious at his clan's slaughter, the monkey picks up extra gun from a bag and kills the entire group of men. Determined to avenge his fallen tribe, the monkey now dedicates his life to killing assassins under the alias of Hitmonkey, which is so funny. As I'm reading that, I'm like, oh man, he's Sasuke Uchiha.
Yeah.
getting a revenge for his clan.
Dude, and it's crazy how like actually emotional some of that was. Like they do a really good job of conveying like just how tragic this was to this particular monkey. Like that was his family.
Yeah.
And he was pissed, and because he saw Bryce shooting guns at like targets and stuff earlier, so he's like, oh, this is like terrible, he's gonna bring like violence and death to my people. But then when violence and death comes to his people instead, he's like, fuck it, I can do that.
Yeah.
Dude,
he picks up that gun, man. Like it was cool. Like who thought, who would have known a monkey?
Yeah. So the soldiers that killed his monkeys, they just did it for like fun.
Oh yeah.
Like they were just literally doing it as target practice, and it was really sad when he sees because they were being ruthless. They weren't just like taking him down with 1 or 2 bullets. Like they were just unloading into these monkeys and like having fun with it.
There was a lot of scenes in this show that are unnecessarily dark, and sometimes I was like, holy hell, they crossed the line.
Yeah.
It was more brutal than you would think. Especially anything with Marvel on it.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm really surprised this was a Marvel production.
Oh man. In Deadpool number 19, Spider-Man finds a local shop owner brutally murdered, having seen Deadpool in New York earlier. Keep in mind, this is not the plot of the show. Just want to let people know this is just some little side stories about Hitmonkey.
This is Deadpool 19.
Yeah. Having seen Deadpool in New York earlier, Spider-Man suspects that he is the killer and fights and catches him. Deadpool claims he has an alibi, and after examining the crime scene, says that only one assassin could have pulled off the job so flawlessly. Hitmonkey. Dun, dun, dun. Because Hitmonkey is known for killing other assassins, they realize that Deadpool is likely on Hitmonkey's hit list. Spider-Man reluctantly teams up with Deadpool to catch him. And that is another thing, too, with Hitmonkey, is that they keep using the term, he is a killer of killers. He only kills those who have killed themselves.
Yep. So
he tries to tread on like that good guy, like more like anti-hero vibe, the path. But I don't know. Would you consider that like someone who kills other assassins? Sorry, an assassin that kills other assassins.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
You would say that's an anti-hero?
Like Red Hood in DC. He's kind of the same sort of shtick, isn't he?
Well, kind of. But Red Hood also isn't afraid.
He takes down the bad guys, but he just like does it his way. He doesn't care if they die or not.
He doesn't like to bring in the innocent, but he also, I feel like, has at least some iterations of him would be like whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means a couple innocent people get in the crossfire.
Hitmonkey is just more ruthless, and he doesn't necessarily just use like a sword or a gun. He'll use whatever he has available. Like the episode with the old lady who was like a crazy spider lady that could run and climb on the walls. She like falls onto a table and gets fucking Mortal Kombat fucking
Fatality.
buzzsaw fatality in half, like from head to toe.
Yep.
Now, my only question is, like, I understand the need for that device, but why would they really need that device? And why is it just running with no, like, safety protocols?
Because remember, she tried to throw him on that, and then he escaped, and I think I got left on.
Okay, so is it maybe I'm just reading it, that device is specifically for torture?
No, I think they were in a warehouse.
Right.
Some warehouse, maybe it's a factory. Some factory or warehouse, like...
But they really just need, like, an open whirling blade with no, like, safety guard. Like,
You're right.
It just seems a little too, like, why is that there? Why is that like that? That's incredibly unsafe. I have some OSHA violations I think I need to bring up here.
Bring it up with Marvel when they get back to us.
Right? Like, hey, did OSHA really approve this? Now, again, this does take place. It's in Japan, obviously, is where this all takes place at. I don't remember what city. If it was supposed to be Tokyo,
yeah.
Maybe? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, after killing some dirty cops, Hitmonkey follows Spider-Man in order to find and kill Deadpool. Hitmonkey accidentally shoots Spider-Man in the fight and seemingly feels bad about it, showing that he is not just a ruthless killer, but a killer of known assassins, aka a killer of killers. Trying to capitalize on this moment, Deadpool attempts to kill Hitmonkey, but fails and is shot several times. Hitmonkey leaves him for dead, apparently not knowing about Deadpool's healing factor. I was gonna say, you ain't killing Deadpool that easy.
No.
Oh no, not at all. All right. Deadpool then pretends to be Spider-Man and fakes his death. At Spider-Man's funeral, Hitmonkey comes to pay his respect, thinking he killed him. Deadpool jumps out of the casket to kill Hitmonkey, but Spider-Man has rendered both fighters' guns unusable, so they can't kill each other without blowing themselves up as well. Deadpool doesn't care and pulls the trigger, seemingly killing Hitmonkey, but surviving due to his healing factor. Nevertheless, Spider-Man reveals that Hitmonkey did survive, or at least that his body was not found. Hitmonkey later returns for a short cameo. As part of the all-new, all-different Marvel event, Hitmonkey appears as a member of Stake's Howling Commandos. Hitmonkey later joins Domino's incarnation of the Mercs for Money. Interesting. Hitmonkey is seen with the Howling Commandos when they help Old Man Logan rescue Jubilee from Dracula.
Right?
That's a cool scenario.
Weird. I love it.
And in Secret Wars, the Battle World Killville, Hitmonkey is one of the assassins sent to kill MODOK and Thor version Angela.
Yeah.
It's a fucking assassin monkey. He's wearing a suit. He wears the sunglasses.
And he's
then
like
he has
taking
a gun.
down fucking like Thor. What the fuck? Like he doesn't have any powers. Now the thing that I also don't know is that like, because most of that was all comic book stuff, obviously, is that I don't know if Bryce is really, oh no, wait, because at the end of at least the series, Bryce is done, right?
We're not going to talk about spoilers here.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we won't say like anything about what happens. But like Bryce's, like his thing is, it finishes, right? I don't remember.
It's
like his part of the story. I'm
trying to think of the best way to say this without spoiling.
Well, you could just be like Bryce. Be like Bryce's part of the story is like
kind
done.
of.
If he was only in this series, because then I think Hitmonkey does stand on his own.
Kind of.
At least, well, like in the comic book universe where it's more focused on just him, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like in the comic universe, Bryce really isn't there, as far as we can tell. But it's really interesting. It's a really cool concept, and apparently, though, there have been rumors and theories that Hitmonkey does have powers, or at least they have talked about how he might be similar to. Taskmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Like he can copy other people's fighting styles by watching them.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is similar to what Taskmaster does and how he was able to watch the assassin, and he was able to then learn how to use the gun.
Now that he's had like his awakening, sort of, he's like not necessarily aware of this, but just inherently can do this thing now. Oh, that would make sense.
But because this is a Marvel show, this does take place in the Marvel universe, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far as we can tell. It's just in the Marvel universe, because they do reference other characters like Kingpin, Bullseye, I think that's about it. Like, I can't think of too many other characters. Oh, Silver Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in it for a little bit.
He's funny. I liked him.
Yeah, there's some funny characters like Fat Cobra.
Holy shit. Yeah, I know. I forgot about Silver Samurai. He's like just like a what now I don't remember if he was just like a dude in a superpowered suit or if that was like his power, like if he had powers just on his own. I wonder if it was just the suit, because he's like almost like the Batman of Tokyo in a weird way, where he like,
well, and the Silver Samurai is a mutant.
Oh, that's okay. He's a mutant. That's what it is. Okay, that's what I was wondering. But yeah, he's seen as like the superhero for justice of Tokyo, sort of thing.
Just like Yuki.
Dude, Yuki is rad. She's scary.
She's another ghost who also is the defender of Tokyo. It's really funny when like
because you get ghost fights.
Yeah, Silver Samurai shows up and he says, "I'm the defender of Tokyo and justice," and then Yuki shows up, says the exact same thing, and he looks over at her. He's like, "Huh." I just got done saying that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right.
Oh, Kermit, I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man? I didn't.
I'm good.
I didn't realize you had came down here. How long have you been here?
About 10 minutes.
Did you sneak in my house again?
No.
Damn, my roommate let you in.
Oh shit. So before we get too far, we got to take a break here real quick. Just real brief, I want to talk about, there are some video games that Hitmonkey is a part of. There was a video game based solely on Hitmonkey that was announced to be in development by High Moon Studios and published by Activision for release in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
However, this was revealed to be a red herring meant to foreshadow the release of the video game Deadpool.
Classic
instead,
Deadpool.
Right? Hitmonkey does appear as an unlockable character in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, which I own on that Switch. I'm going to have to fucking unlock him now. With his dialogue translated by Gwenpool.
Nice.
Fucking awesome. Hitmonkey also appears as a playable character in Marvel Contest of Champions, and for those of you that like that game Marvel Snap, I do believe he was just introduced as a card or a Yeah, I think they only have like one card for most characters.
I love Marvel Snap. That game is so good. I
used to love it until I started hitting a level of play where as soon, and here's why. It just pissed me off so bad. I was like, nope, I'm done. I see exactly how this game is. As soon as a deck style becomes popular, the game almost automatically sets you up with opponents that play against your deck. Like if you play like one deck style for too long and it's good, you will almost only ever be matched up with pools that work against your deck or decks that work against your deck. And it just got fucking terrible. And so it tries to, in a way, it feels like it wanted to force me to switch my deck to something else. Because
that's so weird.
Like I was literally for probably 20 games plus in a row, I would get decks that are literally the counter to my deck and my deck only, or pools would be pools that are basically like, you can't play cards here and you can't play cards here, but you also can't play cards here because of this. And I'm like, that's my whole fucking deck. Like the pools quite literally shut down my deck. It's not even my opponent, it's the game revealing a pool that I'm like, I can't fucking do anything. That hurts my whole deck right there. And it's like, they release pool events that I feel like target specific deck strategies to force you to make a new deck and move on from what you have to try to get the battle pass, to try to unlock those new cards that you need for the new winning strategy, or to upgrade the cards that you need to have for the new deck that's the new shit. And it locks you out of the game otherwise.
See, I have not edited my deck in like 3 to 4 months, and I still win like every time.
Yeah, no,
I play like a couple games a day or every other day, and I've never had a problem.
Yeah, I did great for the longest time. I had a couple like really fucking good shit, and then straight up they released an event that's like, oh, this is getting added to the card pool, and I'm like, that targets literally every card in my deck. Like at the time, I think I called it like Infect, where it was just a bunch of shit like negging other stuff on the board, blowing up your opponent's stuff while shuffling my own like cards around from pool to pool. But they'd put pools that are like, you can't play a card here on this turn, but I need to. That's what I need to do to win. Or
that's
when you
so
play
weird.
a card here, it automatically moves to this side, and I'm like, but I need that card to be there, or else it doesn't work with my strategy, or the cards here aren't affected by skills or ability. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, and it just straight up was like, pfft, I hated it. I mean, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. I think it's got some really good ideas. I just don't like the fact that it didn't seem random to me after a while. I was like, it stopped. It was like almost predictable, where I was like, okay, this pool's going to be like here because that's where I need to go. Oh, look at that. There it is. I'm like,
that's
wow.
so strange.
Fucking
Like, I've never
bullshit.
had that problem. But anyway, Marvel Snap, fun game. You try it. It's free.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
Unlock Hitmonkey.
I played it for quite a while before I hit that level, but I was like, fucking, I had completed, I think, 2 battle passes at that point. I don't remember. I was like fucking high rank for playing for such a short time. It was ridiculous. But yeah, Marvel Snap. You can try it. I'm not endorsing it, nor are we endorsed by it. So just don't take my word for it. You can take Phil's word for it if you want.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Some last couple things real quick. So other things featuring Hitmonkey was Deadpool Volume 4, called Monkey Business. Hitmonkey One Shot and Deadpool Volume 4, numbers 19 through 22, was on December 1st of 2010. That's when that was published. Hitmonkey Year of the Monkey was published January 5th, 2011. And Hitmonkey by Daniel Way, Bullets and Bananas, was, again, Hitmonkey number 1 through 3. There was a one-shot. That was on October 29th, 2019. Yeah, shit. So I think what we're going to do real quick, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about a little bit about one of our affiliates here, and I think we will be right back.
Hey guys, Phil here. I want to take a brief break from our episode to talk about our partner, W Energy. W was voted America's tastiest gaming energy drink of 2022. It has nootropics, that healthy stuff, vitamins, we all need those, no sugar, 0 calories, no artificial colors, and no maltodextrin. You know what that is, because I don't. But hey guys, check out their website, w.gg. Use our discount code Men of Zen for 10% off your order. Check out some of the new flavors like Dove Sludge, Galaxy Grenade, and Peachin' Peachin'. Thank you so much for checking us out. Back to the episode.
All right, so we've got a couple different people to talk about here. Firstly, obviously, just the creator of this show, or not the show, but the comic book, rather. The creator, Daniel Way, is an American comic book writer known for his work on Marvel Comics series such as Wolverine Origins and Deadpool. Now, this guy's been all over the place.
Okay.
Like, holy shit, his catalog is massive. So Way received the Zarek Grant in 2000 for his debut publication, Violent Lifestyle. I couldn't find anything on Violent Lifestyle. I looked. Couldn't find shit, but I was intrigued. It was through Violent Lifestyle that Way was introduced to Marvel Comics. Editor Axel Alonso, who hired Way for a Deathlock miniseries that was canceled prior to publication. Way's first published work for Marvel was a 2-part storyline in Spider-Man's Tangled Web, fucking awesome series, which was followed by Gun Theory, a mini-series with artist John Proctor under the revived Epic Comics imprint that was canceled after only 2 issues. Way continued to work for Marvel. His subsequent work for the publisher includes Wolverine, Agent X, Venom, Sabretooth, Open Season, Bullseye, Greatest Hits, Ghost Rider, The Incredible Hulk, Supreme Power, Nighthawk, and Wolverine Origins. So many good shows. Now, or shows, I keep saying shows, comics. Now, Venom, I'm pretty sure that's the series I collected, I think. If it's the season that the series that I'm thinking about for comics. There's a ton of different series on Venom, but
so many.
Yeah, I'll have to see which one it is. But I loved the series with Venom where he was after I believe it was supposed to, not Eddie Brock. Shit, I can't remember which fucking guy it was. He becomes crippled and he doesn't have the use of his legs.
Yeah,
Is that Flash?
I know Flash Thompson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't have the use of his legs, But he continues to work with the Venom suit under like government
Agent Venom.
restriction as Agent Venom, and only when he wears the suit he regains the power of his legs. But they have a way of controlling the Venom suit before it starts to go all haywire and batshit crazy again, so he's on like a time limit. But what's cool is he can like summon it through a telephone. He like makes a call and he's like, hey, I need the suit, and they can send the symbiote through like the phone somehow, and it's like and he can just be like, okay, now it's morphin time, and
I was just about to say it's like a fucking Power Rangers thing. I gotta make a call.
Yeah, hold on. Dude, oh man, Wolverine Origins, fucking rad, super good shit. So after Deadpool appeared briefly in a Wolverine Origins storyline, Way launched a new ongoing Deadpool series with artist Paco Medina. Artist Carlo Barberi joined the series after Secret Invasion tie-in opening arc, followed by the Dark Reign tie-in storylines, How Low Can You Go?, which saw the return of Bob, Agent of Hydra, and Magnum Opus, a 4-issue crossover with the Thunderbolts. In addition to writing in the ongoing Deadpool series for 4 years, Way also contributed the script for the Deadpool video game, developed by High Moon Studios and published by Activision in 2013. The same year, Way wrote the new volume of the Thunderbolts series, which launched as a part of the company-wide Marvel Now initiative. He still takes on the occasional project for mainstream publishers, such as the upcoming Hit Girl series for Image Comics and Millar World, which is, Miller World. We talked about Miller World back in episode 18 in our cover of Super Crooks, so you should definitely go check that out. Miller World, that was a really cool one. That dude, he was, oh man, he did a shit ton. Like when he started Miller World, it was crazy. I think that was like I think he was like involved with the award thing where he would like pick like new and upcoming artists and be like, hey, you won this competition, now you're working with me. And I'm pretty sure that's how some of that started.
Oh, that's
cool. He had like a part of that. He endorses a lot of like new and upcoming artists. It's great. So in addition to writing accomplishments, Daniel Way is also the co-founder and director of Geek Craft Expo, a collection of curated geek-themed craft fairs held across North America and soon Hawaii.
Hey.
Aloha. He currently lives in Hawaii, which is fucking crazy. Do you know how fucking expensive Hawaii is to live there? Like, unless you're a poor person and just live on the beach, or you make so much money you can shit diamonds. It's like the only way you can afford to live in Hawaii.
Makes sense. I can see it.
Holy fuck, it's ridiculous. Some of his other works include Spider-Man's Tangled Web, Venom, Wolverine, Agent X, Wolverine Origins, Dark Wolverine, Daken, Dark Wolverine. Did you ever read any Daken?
Daken is Wolverine's son, correct?
Yes.
I've heard of him, but I've not read the comics.
Yeah, that was cool. I read that one for a little while. He has like similar powers, but his shit comes out differently. He has like 2 up top and then 1 on the bottom, like under
like
his
pincers
wrist
almost.
So he does a lot of the move, like, and he's one of those dudes that like he's not afraid to just stab a motherfucker. He does not give a shit. But yeah, like he has a lot of daddy issues because he was abandoned. I think a lot of this takes place in like during some of the time where Logan was in I think it was Japan, and he has a kid with some girl. I'm pretty sure Daken is that kid, unless he has another one, but I'm pretty sure that was Daken. He's also worked on Astonishing X-Men. Let me pronounce that. Ant-Man, The Incredible Hulk, Thunderbolts, and many, many more. I didn't even like, those were just like some of the ones where I was like, yep, know it, yep, know it. Holy shit, his just the amount of comics that he's done work with. And I guess that's true for most Marvel comic book like creators and artists. They have a huge catalog, but they don't always work on the whole series of that thing. They might come in for a few issues and
Right.
then jump to another series and do a few issues of that one, and they like rotate in and out of these different guys. And I guess that's interesting because it keeps the comic fresh, and just so the artwork doesn't become like stagnant. And there's some where like the artists are wildly different with their styles and stuff, and
Yeah.
sometimes I like it, other times I've been like, okay, that was a little too nuts for me. Oh man, what was one that I was trying to, oh shit, I can't think of what it was called now. He reminded me a lot of Anti-Venom. Oh, this is gonna fuck me up. I can't think of it. I don't fucking remember. I'll think about it later. You know what? Next episode, I'll
Next
pop
time.
in and be like, yeah, hey, I remember this. But yeah, I don't fucking remember. It was good shit though. I liked it. And then it hit a part where the whole artwork changed. Oh, it was a crossover between Todd McFarlane and the dude who did the Walking Dead comics.
Okay.
Fuck. And that was the whole reason I got it. It was like, so the guy I remember was like Spawn, and he, how did it work? So the story started with two brothers. One was a priest and the other was like a really big like military guy who did a lot of like top secret missions involving killing a lot of people, and his priest brother did not approve of his lifestyle.
Right.
The military guy ends up passing away, but his spirit bonds to the priest. And when his spirit like physically inhabits him, he becomes this new entity that reminds me of like if Spider-Man shot goo everywhere instead of webs. But he can like transform his arms into sickles and shit. Dude, like this is gonna bother the shit out of me if I don't look this up. So it was Todd McFarlane.
Splooge.
Yeah. Dude, it was fucking insane. I loved it because that was so Todd did a lot of the artwork again, which was just absurd. Like, you know, his talents are just absolutely just out of this world. If you've ever
100%.
seen the man draw anything, it's crazy.
The man knows how to draw.
I don't know. I'll fucking look it up here in a second. Do you want to go ahead and tell us about the artist?
Yeah, absolutely. Dalibor Talajic, hopefully we did not butcher that, is a Croatian comic book artist. Is that Croatian? Croatian? Croatian?
Croatian.
Croatian. See, that's it. Croatian. Yeah. I'm dumb. I'm uncultured.
I'm dumb, boy.
Meatwad, how'd you get back here?
Oh, you know, I've been here.
I knew it. I know it smelled like meat down here.
Yeah. I've been over there on that grill.
Get out of my grill. That's why the heat down here doesn't work. He is most famous for his work for the Marvel Comics publishing house. He gained international acclaim and commercial success working on the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe series in 2012. I remember this series. I never read it, but I remember hearing about it, which just he goes on a killing spree. In 2016, in collaboration with ABC News, Talajic created Madaya Mom, where he illustrated the siege of Madaya, based on the messages ABC reporters received from within the city. Dalibor Talajic was born in Sarajevo. I'm sorry, I'm uncultured.
Yeah, much of these names are hard this time.
SR Bosnia and Herzegovina. What the fuck is that? Herzegovina.
That's why I gave you this one.
Herzegovina. I knew it. You know I can't read. In 1975, his family moved to Zagreb. While in secondary school, he attended the Vatroslav Lezinski music school, where he studied the clarinet. After finishing his secondary education, he studied music arts at the Music Academy in Zagreb. While at the academy, he applied at the Academy of Fine Arts in Zagreb for 2 consecutive years, but was not accepted. Weak.
Yeah, that
Talajic graduated from the Music Academy in 1994 and taught the clarinet at the Zlatko Bolokovic Music School for the following 11 years. His work has been published in several Croatian magazines, including the Zagreb fanzine Endem, where he still remains a regular presented author. Talajic entered the U.S. comics market in 2005 and since 2009 has been working almost exclusively for Marvel. His most celebrated work for the publisher is the 4-issue series Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe in 2012, which was followed by Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again in 2017. Imagine like getting into the comic industry in like 2005, and only 4 years later you work primarily for Marvel.
Yeah,
one of the two biggest publishers.
That would just be like, honestly, that would be insane. Because when was the Disney takeover from Marvel? It was somewhere around
fairly
early
after the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, like around
was it like 2006, 2000?
Around 2008 or 9?
Yeah, maybe,
yeah.
I don't remember. It was somewhere around in there.
But here are some of the things that he's worked on, including Deadpool Team Up, Giant Size, X-Men, Punisher, Max, The Incredible Hulk, 5 Ronin, Avengers Origins, Ghost Rider, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, The New Avengers, Wolverine, Civil War 2, Shang-Chi, and Old Man Logan, and too many others to list, really. That's a lot of really good stuff.
I do own the comics for 5 Ronin, and that is a fucking cool series. Like, it's not that like they're necessarily connected together. It's like short stories about the lives of people that are like similar to what these heroes are like the Incredible Hulk one is an amazing issue that I loved, where all of these I think are only one comic long, and the Incredible Hulk one is just about a guy who is incredibly lonely, that is just a really big regular dude. He's like just fucking huge, but because he's like so large and like sort of misshapen, everyone in the village like kind of shuns him, so he just kind of becomes this hermit. But then some shit happens, and he ends up like getting some people out of trouble by asserting himself, and he's like, he like saves people,
right?
But everyone's still like afraid of him because of how big and scary he is. Even though he's a really nice guy, he's just really quiet and misunderstood, and he gets into some shit. It's super good series. If you get a chance to read any of the 5 Ronin stuff, phenomenal shit. Civil War 2, I don't know. It was all right. It wasn't incredible. It was almost as lackluster as fucking Civil War 1, in my opinion.
We're talking about the comic or the movie?
The comic.
Okay, because I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, the movie was fine. Even so, the movie had nothing to do with the fucking
it's
Civil War comic.
So far from like the comic book version,
You know
but
what
it's
it
still
got
a fun
right
movie.
was Iron Man versus Captain America.
I mean, it was just pretty
That's
much
about it.
They did the best they could with the heroes they had. If they had gotten back, I feel like if they had waited until they had gotten the rights back to a lot of other heroes,
Oh yeah,
that would
not
have been
even
really cool.
Yeah, not even just like the list of heroes they have though, but the shit that happens, like none of it at all. It's not even the right. It's not even the right plot.
Oh yeah,
Like it's kind of close. Where Civil War in the comics was more about the rights that superheroes have to keep their identities a secret, where in the movie it's more about the rights of does the government have the right to control what the heroes do. In the comics, it's Peter Parker doesn't want to reveal his identity publicly. They were going to force everybody to reveal their identity. And he's like, I don't want to fucking do that, because if I have to reveal my identity and then everyone knows that I'm Spider-Man, they're going to start coming after like the people that I know and love. And he's like, I'm not fucking doing that. So,
which makes sense.
So he joins Captain America. But Iron Man, meanwhile, Tony Stark has been super upfront the entire time about who he is, and he's just basically like, I'm Iron Man, bitch, come fucking get me.
Right.
So he has the mentality of, why should it matter? I do it, why can't you? Well, because he has billions of dollars and weapons and all that shit at his disposal, and Peter Parker is like barely in college.
Right.
He doesn't have shit to protect nothing. So he joins Cap, and I mean, it's a great story up until the end, in my opinion. I just fucking hate it. Like, it's one of the first times I thought Captain America was a badass, and then at the end of it, he just kind of turns into a giant weenie, and I'm like, oh god, it made me so mad. But it has a bunch of really cool moments. Dude, yeah, he's worked on so many good shows. It's absurd. Now, that the comic I was talking about earlier, I don't know why I couldn't fucking remember this. It's called Haunt. It's co-written and drawn by Todd McFarlane and Robert Kirkman, who did The Walking Dead.
Right.
And dude, it's a wild ride. But there is a point where they change the art. It's around like issue 10, and I just went, oh, fucking hate it. And I just nope, was not for me. Like, Todd McFarlane looked like he's like, I'm gonna take a break and do something else. I'm like, no, it was not good.
Don't do it.
It was it ruined a potentially really good series for me. But dude, yeah, like, Haunt has got some amazing storyline stuff that is kind of similar to Hitmonkey in the terms that, you know, Bryce is the inhabitant or the spiritual follower attached to this monkey, telling him how to do things, except with Haunt, his brother physically, like, it almost becomes like he's like a ghostly shell around his brother's body, and he can force his brother's body to do things. And so like the guy inside this shell of a suit kind of thing, he's just like practically in their limp, like just letting him control him, do whatever he want. And his military dude's like, trust me, I got this. And he's like, I don't want to trust you, this is scary. Like, they're jumping off buildings and slicing people in half and doing all sorts of shit. And he's like, oh, this is fucking hard. But he's like, look, we're gonna die unless you just let go and let me take control, and I can do the shit. And then it's wild.
That'd be an interesting concept. Yeah, if like the hitman actually would possess Hitmonkey and be like, yo, let me just do something real quick. If they combined their power, like their minds and their techniques. I actually thought that was kind of how it was going to go in this. But no, like, he's just kind of a spiritual advisor, you know, literally.
Yeah, quite literally. He just fucking talks him out of some situations. It's hilarious. Like, the monkey's getting like tortured, and Bryce is just like, hang in there, champ.
You got this. I've been tortured before. It's like, what? No.
Yeah, no big deal. He's just a monkey, man, and he's a cute little guy. He ain't been through that shit before.
Right. It's such a, you know, there's a I don't think this really goes into like spoiler territory. At least I don't think so. But near the end, like, which I thought was a huge tone shift, which I'm like, was when the assassins, or I guess like the Yakuza, like the mafia in Japan, is like, we need to get rid of this monkey. All the assassins we send at him, he keeps killing them. And then they're like, we need to send in this person. And they like, we don't know who this person is. We just know she's a woman and she's incredibly dangerous. We're basically just like, if you need something done, it's her. Yeah. She's taking care of it.
Yep.
And that was one of the coolest moments where like she shows up and she straight up like murders every single person that just annoyed her. Like, she tries to check into the hotel. Woman at the desk is like, oh, I'm so sorry, your room's not quite ready. Just hang out in the lobby and we'll get back to you. So she gets hit on by this guy at the bar.
She just like does it for fun. He tortures toys for fun.
Yeah, then on the plane, she gets told to move her like raise her tray up, which is what you're supposed to do. And then like they play this montage where like the flight attendant was found in the bathroom choked out. The hotel clerk was also found in back, stabbed to death. The man who hit on her at the bar was found in his room hung. And it's just like, holy shit, she's terrifying, actually. She just straight up kills people. And turns out it's Lady Bullseye.
Yeah.
Which I thought at first, without having known anything about Lady Bullseye, I'm like, oh, did they make did they make a new character for this show? But no, Lady Bullseye actually does have a history in Marvel Comics where she got her origin and her supervillain persona from the original Bullseye.
Yeah.
But apparently she has no superpowers. She just has the same ability he does with, just inhuman levels of accuracy. But apparently she is faster than he is because, she is, smaller. She can move quicker than he can.
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
Yuki, I think, is another one that she has been in plenty of other stuff. I think she was part of The Hand. Is what she's in The Hand. What was that? They're more in like, I think they're more prevalent in like the what is it? The Hand is a supervillain organization. And it's mostly like in Daredevil, I think, is what they are. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yuki, it takes has some. I know she has something to do with the hand. I'll have to look that up a little bit later. But as a ghost in this series, she's scary. She's like super like crazy ghost powers and shit. It's fucking insane.
Yuki.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome though when she does show up again, like against the silver samurai. Dude, it's fucking awesome. So while we're talking about Hitmonkey, actually just announced under like a day ago.
I swear, we do not plan this. It just happened.
Hitmonkey was renewed for a second season on Hulu. So we don't have a whole lot of information. So it looks like it says it'll come back with the original cast members and a newcomer, Leslie Jones. According to MovieWeb.com, Marvel's adult animated series Hitmonkey is coming back for a second season, much to the delight of fans everywhere. The news was recently announced by Hulu, confirming that everyone's favorite monkey will be returning. That's
super cool.
Yeah, I'm super
Look at that, we
excited.
did it again.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have again. Well, we'll do Monkey Watch if we have any updates. If anything comes up, we'll let you guys know. But
basically, this is the second time that we've done a episode on a show, and then all of a sudden something later on gets confirmed. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode we did last time,
season 12, baby.
Yeah, season 12 was just announced.
Yep.
So that's great. Apparently we got our hand on the pulse.
Dude, all the way back from episode 2 when we did Berserk. It was not even within the next week. They're like, hey, we're continuing Berserk. Here's some new stuff. And we're like, oh, because it needed to be done. Because unfortunately, the artist and creator passed away. So they're in this like, what do we do with the show, or what do we do with the manga? Do we keep going? And they decided that they had some new stuff coming out. We've done it a couple times. There's been like 2 or 3 more. I guarantee it. I forget what they are, but I know for a fact that we've done it, and it keeps happening. And I tell you what, either our show is magic, or purely it's coincidence. But I want to go with the fact that we are magic.
I like that magic thing.
Yeah,
better.
I like that. Yeah, I like that we're magic. So
magic.
Right now, Hitmonkey on Google stands at a 4.8 with 326 ratings.
I dig it.
Phenomenal. It's got a couple of 1-star reviews, mostly all 5-star reviews. There is a decent 4-star one that is really long. I don't want to read all of that. But let's look at the first 5-star review by Aiden Villarreal. I'm going to say this right now.
Aiden.
He's back as a ghost. If you're a fan of Archer, you will love this show. We agree. This was very similar to an Archer feel. This is a good addition for Marvel, even though it is not an official MCU show. Hitmonkey is great with character development and overall action. My only problem is that the fights are pretty short, but this show makes up for it by doing really cool moves made by Hitmonkey. Hitmonkey is a great character and was well represented in the show. I would like to see where they take this show, but even if they leave it here, it's definitely worth watching. 4.5 out of 5. I mean, you can't do half stars, so he gave it 5, so he bumped it up, but he wants to round it down a little bit.
Well, that's cool of them to do, at least.
The 1-star review, like, I want to see where they're wrong.
All right, time to read and see where you're wrong.
Siraj,
you're done goofed.
Siraj AR, 11 months ago, starts out great. I was even ready to overlook obvious downright stupid twists to the tale, but they went overboard. The creators were on drugs towards the later half. Avoid this if you don't want to feel very disappointed. It had so much potential. It's a shame, really. You're a shame.
See, what's real funny is that this show, well, I thought was kind of weak in the beginning, but got better as the show went on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a complete opposite of what this guy was thinking.
Right? Or Vijay Danielle, the animation is very lame. Seems like 50 years back. Even normal Japanese animes are 5 times better. Therefore, I stopped watching it within 10 minutes. Sir, this was an artistic choice.
Right.
I don't know if you know what art is, but sometimes it doesn't necessarily involve a million hand-drawn cells to look beautiful. I mean, these have a budget, right?
Right.
And they pre-make this shit, and then they do something really interesting with animation called puppetry. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look at the correct term. I'm pretty sure it's called puppetry, where so they make a character and then they almost give the character like bones, and they change like the facial animations and stuff so it works almost like a fully animated thing that they can move, and however it would move, all of the other body parts will react the way that they should. So there are people that's their job. Their only job is to set up basically the skeleton. And then once that's done, the show can be like, all right, cool, we're just going to have the guy go do this thing. And then,
right.
And then it works. So they don't have to animate things over and over and over. They just have one active like live thing, and they just position it how they want it, take the snapshot or the picture, and then add that to their frame, and then they move it a little bit and add it so that it's really more streamlined. And it's great for budget, so then you can get like more big name actors in there, like Jason Sudeikis. I'm sure that was a pretty penny that cost.
Olivia Munn too, George
Yeah.
Takei, like these are big names,
right? Like we wouldn't have this level of voice acting if we didn't have things done the way they are. But sir, that animation is dope. You're wrong.
Let me tell you another 1-star review by Trevor Cahill. Show is mid with excessive violence and gore for personal preference. Characters are forgettable, and the animation is 6 frames per second. Was hoping for better from Marvel, but there are some, but some other people like it. So I guess it's just me. Yes, it is just you. Honestly, I like the show. Like I said, it's just. Sometimes I will admit, sometimes the animation felt like the quality I felt dipped a little, but then I don't know if that's just the animation style they wanted to go with. Because sometimes it looked amazing, other times it looked pretty low key, but it could have just been the style.
This is a Hulu show, and I can't recall. Does Hulu release everything all at once, or do they do it like, I think they do it week by week. They're like, here's an episode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they release it, is like that.
Yep.
Which, speaking of shows week by week, The Last of Us.
Oh, baby.
Have you guys watched that?
I wish we could do an episode on that.
Yeah, well, what's really good is that Birds and Swords has done an episode on that.
They are.
So if you, again, are interested in The Last of Us, you can check out their last episode that they just released. I think it was like maybe a week ago or so. Maybe it was like January 23rd. For some reason, that rings a bell. But yeah, they did their episode on The Last of Us where they cover the first episode. Really, really, really good. And just The Last of Us is such an amazing adaptation to the game. Straight up episode 1, I went, hey, this scene is from the game. Like, they literally, you can play them side by side and it's the same thing. I'm like, whoa, like Pedro Pascal, love him as Joel.
Dude, I did not think I was going to like him as much as I did.
Same.
But he nailed it. Oh God, I'm going to get so much shit for saying this. The only casting I do not agree with 100% is Bella Ramsey as Ellie.
Yeah.
I think she looks too young even to be Ellie, and her, I don't know what it is. There's no good way to say this, but like, I don't like the way she looks in this show. And I feel like because I just got done replaying the game. So the idea of what Joel, Ellie, and everyone else looks pretty fresh in my head. And while it took me a while, Pedro Pascal started to grow on me as like Joel.
Yeah.
And I could see him. If I just glance at him, yep, that's live action Joel for me.
Yeah.
But Bella Ramsey's Ellie just does not look like Ellie whatsoever.
Yeah,
and they didn't even try to make her look like her. But here's the thing. I will give her 100% props. She nails the attitude of Ellie.
Right.
She really does.
I was just about to bring that up, is that she does nail the part where Ellie does show attitude, but her range of emotion doesn't really go beyond that, though. Like, there's some parts where Ellie is really, like, not necessarily remorseful, but just full of sorrow and sadness, and she just doesn't seem like she can convey that part of Ellie. So they don't do it a whole lot. They just show her as more of the tough girl.
Right.
Which is fine. I do think that if she had more emotional range, it would make me more invested in her role. But yeah, no, I think she does really good. But man, yeah, absolutely. Go check out a bunch of the other pods on the network. Phil, do you have any last things you want to talk about with Hitmonkey before we wrap things up here?
Oh man. Personally, what would you give it out of 10? Me personally, I'd probably give it. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Man,
it's solid. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's solid for me. It's definitely a good watch. I'm glad we got to watch it. It is as Aiden's last contribution to the show.
No, so I like to keep things, with a more open mind as more people do, and I was purely in this for this show is just, it's fun. It is a fun ride. Don't think too hard about a monkey can't be inhabited by a ghost.
Oh no, see, that never crossed my mind at any point.
It's weird concept. Trust me, it just works. It's a fucking blast. There's some really cool characters that you get to meet and then later see die a horrible violent death, and it's awesome.
Oh no,
I just had so much fun watching this show. This one of the few that I think I turned on episode 1 and I didn't leave the couch until it was done.
That's impressive.
I just watched it, all of it. And again, this was during the time Courtney was in Hawaii, so she was in Hawaii for like a week, and I had nothing but time on my hands at home watching the dogs. I'm like, just show after show, bring it on, baby, let's go.
Yeah, I got nothing to do and every place not to be.
Yep, man, I had so much fun with this, and I'm glad that I had never heard of it before. Like, I straight up was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, and then I the first time I looked it up, I was like, wait, this is fucking Marvel? Dude, blew my fucking mind. Couldn't believe it.
What I really like is, what I was going to tell you is, so I don't have Hulu because, cutting back on streaming services, because one, they're getting hella expensive.
Yeah, they are.
But my girlfriend, while she was over one day, she's like, because I mentioned Hitmonkey, and I'm like, God, I got to find some way to watch Hitmonkey. I don't want to get Hulu, but I probably have to get Hulu again just to watch it. And she's like, I got Hulu. I'm like, okay. She's also letting me use her HBO Max. Thanks, babe. It's funny. She's not going to ever hear this because she doesn't watch our show, apparently.
Nice. No. Well,
I know, right?
She needs to.
Right? Support her man.
Yeah.
And
support
my dreams.
King.
But these episodes are only like 25 minutes apiece. But because she has the version of Hulu that has ads, each one's like 45 minutes to me. So I was fucking livid during this. I'm like, God damn it.
Advertisements.
I almost want to be like, I'll give you $5 to upgrade your Hulu every month.
Oh, shit. Well, speaking of advertisements, remember to go check out w.gg if you want to get some energy in your life, to go get up and do those things that I know you're being lazy about. Just go fucking do them. w.gg, use our code Men of Zen at checkout to save 10% off of your order. I do also want to, again, largely thank The Barn. Thank you so much for letting us into this network. I'm excited to work with you guys.
Thanks for letting us in the barn doors.
Yeah, we're in. We are inside, and you can't get us out now. Good luck. We're like roaches. We're never going to go away. We're in the walls.
But it has been great. All the people there have welcomed us with full big hugs, and it's been great. It's been wonderful.
We are on infinitely more streaming services than we were before, so you can find us on, obviously, the main ones: Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're also now on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, I still believe. There's a bunch of smaller ones that, or at least ones that I don't use personally, but we're almost everywhere, baby. Almost anywhere you can get your podcasts, you can go check us out. If you listen to us on Apple Music, on the Apple Pods, whatever the fuck that is called, please leave us a review, comment. Any of that shit that you do, especially on that platform, will just help us become more visible to other people. Any platform, honestly. Hit the bell, share, get notifications for when we leave new episodes. All of this will be so helpful for us in the future, and we thank all of you for listening so much. Like, this has been super fun, and we're just glad to see that this show is growing. I also want to thank Schminkadelic for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his Dance and Trance Tunes on Spotify, Apple Music. Maybe he's got a SoundCloud. I don't know. But Schminkadelic's a pretty rad dude. He was stoked for us when I told him we're part of a network, and now we can promote his music to more people.
Hey, there you go.
It's super fun. But yeah, thanks again for listening, everybody. Once again, my name is Brent.
I'm Phil.
And this has been the Men of Zen.
Stay zen.
Nailed it.